Hi, welcome to the 19th edition of The Pursuit of Truth. Got a few things to go through today. So the first is about when I hear a lot about flat Earth, is a lot of people talk about the theories versus natural science, which I agree upon. The problem is we've been indoctrinated to believe in science as the answer, to ignore objective, what we can actually see, feel, hear, touch, and all that kind of stuff, that we can prove. But then I was thinking about, well, what if there's something that you can't prove? Does it mean it doesn't exist? Because they often talk about like theory of gravity, like the size of the planet, where the sun is, how big it is, the distance. Some of those things, can't get a tape measure out. I'm not trying to be facetious or make light of it, but what I mean is even like mapping how big the Earth is, some of it has to be, what I mean is you might not be able to be 100% accurate, or you might not be able to, 100% prove something, but you could have a working theory that works. Then I guess then you could also say that, well, the problem is with that is, what if the theory is wrong? Because it is only a theory and you can't prove it. Should you then not have something? But then the problem is with humans is we like to understand things and we like to, to work it out. So I have a bit of a problem when when someone's so dogmatically strong on, that, oh, if it can't be proved through the scientific method, which is that you have to be able to repeat it, and I'm sure there's other caveats to that, then we can't believe it at all. But I'm sure there's lots of things that we can't explain, that can't be, say, proven, but yet we understand that they're real. Like a lot of people now are talking about H2O and water, whether it is H2O, whether that is the actual combination, because scientists can't. I'm understanding, I don't know this for fact, but it's what I've heard, that people saying that they can't actually make that water by using that formula. But that doesn't mean that water doesn't exist, does it? It just means we've got the wrong theory, I guess, or wrong idea, or whatever. But what I mean is that I sometimes think, is it possible that you could have, it would be impossible, because we are humans, to know everything, to be able to prove everything. Because otherwise, if you go by that, that unless you can prove it, we can't follow it. Well, there may be loads of things that we're never ever going to be able to prove. Are we ever going to be able to? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's what I have a problem when people, 100% on something. Because I think the whole process of learning, with conspiracies and flat Earth, is opening your mind and making sure you never close it again, and being aware that, not everything is as it seems, and not everything is 100%, and that, there is a lot of doubt, and as humans we do allow that in to explain things. And I'm not trying to defend, people who use science and say this is 100%. I think it's wrong either way, but I'm just wondering, putting that out there, that is it possible that, we have to use theories because we can't prove something? But then with that caveat that, yes, that is obviously dangerous as well. So the second thing is, two things that happened on me on the weekend that was interesting. The first one that happened was, and it's on my YouTube, is the South Croydon train station incident, which I don't know what happened. And I've tried to Google it, I've tried to look Croydon Advertiser, I've tried to look Sky News everywhere. I can't find, no one's talked about it at all. So maybe it was absolutely nothing. Maybe it was just a train that derailed and everyone panicked. I don't know, because I saw a helicopter. There was like streams of ambulance, police, fire brigade. There was like at least 2 fire brigades. There was maybe, I think, 2 police and 3 ambulance. Everyone standing outside. The interesting matter of it is this idea. Obviously I wanted to capture it, but I felt so awkward doing that. And this fire brigade person in the van, so I think he could realise that I was like milling around, walking back and forward, and he gave me this look like, what are you doing? And I'm thinking to myself, what do you mean, you know, why is he giving me that look? As if it's wrong for me to be there, you know, like I'm being nosy or something, you know. I'm just a concerned citizen, and, you know, if you can be there, why can't I be there? And then I was thinking about this whole idea, you know, I did film a little bit of it, but I felt nervous. But the thing is, if I was working for the BBC, that would be my job. But why is it just because you work for someone that you can then capture something? Why can't we all? It's a public place. But it's interesting how you have those, well, maybe it's me only, I don't know, I am like a little bit shy, but maybe it is, we're inbred with that, you know, that unless we're the institutions, we shouldn't be doing things, we shouldn't be, you know, I was too afraid to actually go up and ask someone, like, you know, what's going on. But I'm sure I'm well within my rights to, because they serve us, remember that. The other thing was one of the twins that I have, she was crying, and she suddenly started crying so loudly, and we didn't know what was going on, as if, you know, she was gasping at breath a little bit. So I phoned the 999 ambulance service and explained the situation. I did explain that, you know, at the beginning that she wasn't finding it easy to breathe, but at the end it was getting a little bit better. In the end, we didn't need the ambulance and we cancelled it. But I was told, and it shocked me, she said that, oh, we are busy and the ambulance could take 2 hours to get to you. 2 hours? I've never ever heard that before. I've phoned ambulance before, never heard that. They've all come in, like, within 7 minutes. I think they're meant to come in 8 minutes. 2 hours? I could walk there in 30 minutes. Every means of transport, car, taxi, I could get there before 2 hours. So what's the point of an ambulance then? I might as well take myself to the hospital, because it would be quicker. But the whole point of an ambulance is that you're meant to have someone who has the knowledge, that's coming to you quickly and able to, you know, sort things out, rather than you endangering yourself on public transport. I was thinking to myself, I can't believe that. This is a child you're talking about, a 6-month-old baby, and you're going to tell me you're going to take 2 hours. I don't know how long it would have taken in the end, but the fact that I was told that, it horrified me. And then I was thinking, well, who do I complain about this? This can't be going on. And then I'm Googling it, can't find anyone, because you can never find anyone to complain about, you know, government problems, other than maybe making a complaint to the NHS, and then it feels like, oh my goodness, should I be doing that? And then it was like, there was nowhere. And then I saw loads of stories about people who waited 5 hours, 12 hours. This is going on every single day. How is that possible? It is so shocking. Like, imagine if you had a cardiac arrest and you're told you have to wait 2 hours. I mean, maybe because they didn't deem it as critical, but I don't know, I would have thought a 6-month-old baby, you know, unexpectedly crying loudly and struggling to breathe a little bit would be critical. But if you were to wait for something and then you end up dying because they took 2 hours to get to you, that's disgusting, isn't it? Where is all this money that will come from the taxes going to? Why is it we're the 7th richest country and we can't get an ambulance to people with 2 hours? And yet Theresa May, Prime Minister, will say, no, the NHS is fine and we're giving it loads of money, don't worry. Anyway, I will return with another Pursuit of the Truth later, because I've got another bit that I want to talk about, but I thought I'd leave it for that for now. Take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.